Hi guys, today we're going to be working on a quick activity about past and present future because I know we started on this last week, but I want to elaborate on it a little bit more this week. So what we're going to do is we're going to work on this worksheet together and I'm going to give you some examples. Now I want you to understand that they already give you a hint of at the very top corner. So let's look at that hint. It says most verb forms their past tense by adding ed to the end. For example, they use finish as the present tense to finished for the past tense. So let's keep that in mind as we are turning these sentences into past tense. On the first question, they say they water their garden. So let's think about this as we type it out. We know that the verb, what are they doing in this sentence? They are watering their garden, right? So to make this past tense, let's make sure we understand. So how would we turn water into a past tense verb? Let's look back at our hint. Most verbs form their past tense by adding ed to the end. Let's go ahead and look at that. Watered, okay, watered their garden. That definitely sounds like it's happening in the past tense because water is happening now. Watered happened previously, so good job, guys. Let's look at the next one. Jackie finishes her homework. Well, what is Jackie doing in this sentence? She's finishing her homework. So finishes would be the verb. How would we turn that into the past? Well, wait a second. In the hint, it says finish, which is present, would be finished, which would be past, which also matches the usually end in ed. So Jackie finished her homework. This isn't so bad. This isn't so difficult. All right. For this next one, I'm going to give you a few moments to try to determine what the answer is independently, and then we'll go over it. And I'll give you about 30 seconds after I type up the sentence. But then I want us to go over it together. So let's go ahead and type it up. You complete several puzzles this year. What would it be to make the verb of this sentence past tense? I'm going to pause right here just for a few seconds. And if you want to pause me and you figure out the answer before I continue on, that will work out well too. I'm going to pause right here. And we are going to come back together now that you have paused and figured out the verb of the sentence and also figured out how to make it the past tense version. So you complete several puzzles this year. Well, what are you doing here? You're completing. So complete would be your verb. How would we make this past tense? You completed several puzzles this year. That definitely puts it in the past tense version of the word. And this is something that's happened previously. Great job. All right. Now let's look at this fourth one. And this is going to be the last one we do together because you do have some independent activities for this, but I just wanted to make sure that we had a little bit of a refresher before I gave you your independent activity because we're going to be doing grammar more so guided with video instead of taking up your small group time, okay? All right, so the last one that we're going to do together for past or present to past tense is I compose poems for my friends. Well, what am I doing there? I'm going to pause and let you try to figure that one out again, and then we're going to go over it in about 30 30 seconds, but again, you're going to have to pause it to figure it out before we go on. All right. So what am I doing? I am composing poems for my friends. So how can I make compose, which is our verb, past tense? Well, I composed poems for my friends. And really quickly, who can tell me what compose means? Think about it while we're doing this assignment. If I compose poems for my friends, what am I doing? Well, we know poems are something that is written, right? Or spoken also, but we're going to stick with written for this. So I compose poems for my friends. If you're composing something and you're creating those, compose would also be another word for created poems for my friends, right? Those would be synonyms together. Yes, 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 yes. All right. So we're going to stop here. And these are just 4 examples, but I wanted to give us a little bit of a video refresher with me teaching you instead of you watching videos or doing the activities that I have planned for you this week. I want to make sure you guys understand these activities because they're super, super important, okay? All right, thanks for paying attention.